Hi guys, welcome back to FM Driving School. You're with me, your fully qualified driving instructor FM. Today we got Nick's mock test, the final part 3. We're going to go through the analysis with Nick, as well as some tips and advice. And also we're going to show you how you can actually fail your driving test in the last few seconds, something that you guys want to avoid. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Once we get 1,000 subscribers, we're going to give out a free driving lesson or even a mock test to one of you guys. So make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Let's get back to our student, Nick.
Oh, boy. It's gone back in, sir. Am I turned off here? No, I'm not. Don't think so. Yes, I am. When he stalled, I must have reacted. I was thinking, hang on a minute, this doesn't feel right.
So we'll talk about the obviously I didn't want to intervene with you. So I was trying to let you figure out. And the guys probably start horning at you.
I couldn't go anywhere anyway. Can't go anywhere. Anyway, so to be fair,
learners, right? Learners, right?
Yeah, learners, right? Jesus, these guys. I mean, come on.
Stalling non-stop. Right.
See, that there was karma, because I was thinking, what have you done? And then it's happened to me instantly.
There you go.
So it's what comes around, what goes around comes around.
You complaining at learners? What next? What next?
You just
A learner student complaining at another learner student.
And then it comes around about you. Top tip: don't cuss on other students.
There you go.
We'll come back and bite you.
So this mistake here is very interesting to watch. As we were moving forward, the car in front stalled and slightly rolled back, therefore restricting our road. So meaning that if you make any more mistakes now, it may become a serious fault. Great thing about Nick, he did react, he did brake in time, and then afterwards we stalled. Now he didn't recognize that he stalled initially, and he was playing around thinking about, did I stall or did I not? And luckily for him, he recognized it just in time, restarted the car safely, but he had to make sure the clutch is either down or you're neutral, because if you restart the car and the car jumps forward, we've then committed a serious fault.
Oh, a little bit shaky there.
Okay, Nick, we're just gonna ignore the sat nav for now. Take this road. Take this one on the right. Find somewhere safe to stop, please.
Just on the right hand side, yeah?
Did I say right?
Oh, left, well, it could be left. I could probably go here. That is permanent parking here, isn't it?
It's alright, I just want you to stop somewhere. Okay. Move off from here, please.
Oh.
Find somewhere safe to stop, please.
Park up in here.
Okay. And let's stop here. Alright, that's cool. Let's stop here. Handbrake neutral. Let's turn the engine off. That's the end of the test.
Alright.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Right, how bad did I do?
Bad enough to never give you a license. And that's the end of the driving test. So before we go through the analysis of the drive itself and what you guys can pick up from it, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Click the button and you'll be updated with all the latest videos.
Sure. Right. How bad will I do?
Bring your seat back a little bit, just so I can look bigger and you can look smaller.
Oh, I see.
Lean down.
I'll be down here like that, yeah? No wonder why I can't pass. I can't see over the bloody dashboard.
Alright, cool. Relax. I think for the viewers watching, it was actually a fairly decent drive. Yeah, I don't know about yourself. How you feel.
Noticed I made a few mistakes myself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I knew it wasn't perfect.
Let's just
at least halfway through I went, you know what, I made a mistake here and there.
Yeah,
I mean, I was noticing it.
That's the good thing about you. You're able to react. You're able to learn from things, and you know what's happening. You know exactly what you done wrong. But how did you yourself find the driving itself? Like, were you nervous? Were you?
No, I was generally not too emotional, but I was generally quite relaxed while doing it. It's always when you realise you do make a mistake. I think you do sort of get kind of self-flustered. I think it's important to kind of just try not let that anxiety build up too quickly, because otherwise you just end up making the same mistake again and again and again.
Perfect example is when you stalled back there behind the learner, and you, obviously it's nerve-wracking. You're right behind the learner, a guy behind's horning at us, but you had composure and you realised your mistake and you corrected yourself. And you didn't let it get to you.
No, that's what it is. I mean, if you let it get in your head, you're like, that'll be the rest of the test is more or less of a write-off. You just, well, for me anyway.
Yeah.
So if it happens, if you lose your composure too quickly on in the test, then
let's just
it's
talk
hard
about
to regain from it.
Let's just talk about what happened with that stalling. By the way, it's just so
indeed.
The viewers can see it. The learner in front stalled and roll back. And you were about to go because you didn't realize he was going to stall. But luckily for you, quickly reacted. So the learners didn't see the fact that you broke. But then the learner stalled again. And this time you stalled.
It was, I wasn't expecting... I generally wasn't expecting into the... I saw the first time he stalled and thought, oh, right, let me...
And you reacted. That's why it was impressive.
And it was the second time that caught me off.
You didn't put the clutch fully down.
Yeah, I didn't put the clutch fully down.
So that's why you stalled.
That was the reason why.
Now, I was on the verge of reacting. Why was I on the verge of reacting? Your clutch was now halfway up. You stalled. And you took a bit of time to realise you stalled. And then you were about to start the car.
Yeah.
And the clutch was halfway up almost.
Because that would have jammed me forward.
And the learner's right behind in front of us.
Yeah.
So I was on the verge of putting the clutch down, but luckily for you, you quickly put it down and then safely restarted. So again, really great reaction.
It's because I didn't feel, because usually once I've obviously stalled before, but usually you feel the
jerkiness.
Because I didn't have that, because I'm more or less, or just put the brake.
And also maybe the noise of the cars in front and everything.
It didn't occur to me that I'd suddenly...
The way you'll know, Nick, the lights will come on the dashboard, all right? So have a glance at the dashboard.
Should have noticed that.
I didn't want to...
Should have noticed that.
Yeah. I didn't want to intervene, but I thought I'd let you deal with the pressure.
Yeah,
okay.
No problem.
I think one mistake, maybe I was trying to give you a hint when you were doing it. You're doing about 22, 23, then 20. Did you notice me leaning over?
I noticed you leaning over a few times.
The reason why I did
bring
that...
it back down again.
Maybe you did. Yeah. But then you let it go back up again. And,
that's
luckily for us here, there was traffic slowing you down in the end, so it wasn't too long. And had I not leaned over, maybe you would not have corrected yourself.
Yes.
The reason why I leaned over, sometimes the examiners give you that hint. Sometimes they don't. It depends on the examiner. I was nice enough to give you that hint.
Yes,
but sometimes they don't, Nick. Another mistake, when you're in gear 1, you didn't change the gear 2, that's why you jerked. But I think that's not a big problem, because you noticed it yourself. Roundabout, you indicated slightly late when you're turning. When should you indicate generally?
What roundabout was that by?
It was before that. The one before that, we were turning left.
Oh, yes.
So you did indicate, I think, right at the junction. But how far should you indicate from the junction? What did we teach you?
So 5-6 cars away.
6 to 8 cars length.
6 to 8 cars, that's it.
Okay. Any other mistakes you reckon you done? So you literally fell right at the beginning.
Probably.
You're not that bad. You're not that bad. So right at the beginning of the test, you actually failed your test.
Oh, you know what?
I think you might know.
Did I not indicate when I first pulled out? When I first died?
No. So we were turning right. Then there was a roundabout, and I said we're turning right again, and you didn't indicate right.
Oh yes.
You didn't indicate.
Right.
You indicated left to come off, You didn't indicate right
I
to
didn't come
turn.
up. Yes.
And
Gotcha.
I actually held my hand up to apologize to the learner because they don't know you're turning right. You didn't indicate. So that was actually a serious fault.
Gotcha.
So you
Gotcha.
fell literally within the first 5 minutes. Be aware, what happened? Did you forget it was a roundabout, or you just it came quite sudden, didn't it?
I think it was more the fact of, well, probably me seeing because the other learner was so far away.
He wasn't that far. He was
Well,
right.
I considered him. Well, me.
He's a learner,
personally-
right? Yeah,
Well,
he's
there
gonna
you
be
go.
slow. Yeah,
It's gonna be slow. No, it was more of a consider. Well, it was obviously it's bad on my part, but I was seeing it from the perspective of he's obviously quite far away.
yeah.
I'm gonna be around this roundabout way before he probably gets up.
That's bad.
That's it. No,
Yeah.
I put my that's
You don't
in
wanna
the moment.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Fair enough. You don't want to think like that
I
when you're
know not
driving.
to do
Nick.
that again.
Yeah. Because you want people to be aware of what your intentions are,
Indeed.
and not driving like like Fast and the Furious.
Yes, indeed. No, I did
Obviously,
make
you
a
got the
mistake
muscles like Dwayne Johnson's. I can
there.
see.
Of course, obviously.
Girls, hit him up. Right. Okay, another two big mistakes I'm gonna give you. Pulling up. I ask you to pull up. You ask me, shall I pull up on the right? Now, what have you told you? If anytime the
It's
examiner
always
asks
usually on
you,
the left, but I thought I'd double check anyway and decide.
okay.
So
So,
pull
like
up
I
on
said,
the
the
right.
examiners might be fairly rude or not tell you. But anytime you ask you pull up somewhere safe, always the left hand side. Did you check your mirrors when you pull up?
Yeah.
You didn't. No. Mate, I don't know if you checked that out. From my point of view, you did it twice, by the way. Here once and further back once. You pulled up without checking your mirrors. I'll check. We'll go through the video. I might be wrong.
Yeah.
But from my point of view, you didn't check, and nor did you indicate one of them. So the major fault was not the looking. You didn't check your mirrors. You just pulled in, and then maybe you checked afterwards. So
I was looking behind. There was it's on the person of I know no one was behind me because I looked up in the obviously,
early
mirror,
on maybe.
and I thought,
Yeah.
well, there's no one here. No
I
one's
see.
about. I'll pull in.
I see. Yeah.
So yes, no, it's my
Well,
fault that I should have.
Do you understand the dangers of what if there
I
was?
understand,
Yeah.
If, oh no, 100%. If there was someone there and I didn't indicate to say, look, this is what I intend to do. Then absolutely. But
Don't forget that
I took it in the grace that there was no one behind me because I looked in the wind mirrors.
But things change, isn't it? Things change. People pop up anywhere. So and the examiner doesn't know what you're saying. He doesn't know your intentions. I can ask you in the lessons like now, but he will not ask you. He will just watch you.
Yes.
And I'm gonna. One thing I really didn't like, this for you, look, the general driving mistakes we can fix. But I didn't like the fact you're driving with your hands so low, letting go of the steering, and once or twice alright, but it was pretty much in every occasion. So it now becomes a serious. Do you understand why it's dangerous?
Yes, no, you should be tending to. You've got
From
control
a push and pull. Control over the car. You're letting go. What if we need to suddenly change and you're unable to do it because you're letting go of your hands? Again, you could argue for, I've got control, I know what I'm doing, which I'm sure you got your excuses ready.
Oh, no, not at all. But again, at the end of the day, you're right, the examiner's not, he's looking for 10 and 2.
Safe driving.
That's what
control of the car, yeah? Okay.
Not bad habits.
No bad. Why should you be having bad habits? You're just a learner with no driving experience. With no driving experience. Alright. But great thing about, like I said, about your driving is full control of the car when you need to. I know these little mistakes they can cut out. When you cut these bad habits out, you'll be even better driver. And once you get your license, I'm sure you go back to your old habits of doing anything you want to do. No, I'm joking.
I don't endorse that. But you have no control. It's that. Yeah, that will be down to me and my responsibility only.
One more thing that didn't go too well was your maneuver itself. Tell me about the maneuver. What happened?
Oh, the maneuver, the parallel parking. I absolutely made the mistake of turning the steering wheel the wrong way. I did kind of notice what I did quite quickly and tried to recorrect it, but by that point, because of the way the road is and it's kind of sloped.
Okay.
I'd picked up way too much speed to recorrect it, so I definitely made an error.
I mean,
especially I was kind of disappointed in myself because I've more or less done so incredibly well with parallel parking.
Yeah, really it was just shocking.
So I was really, myself out a little bit there that I made that error.
You don't really want to fail on a maneuver as well. That's one thing.
Not at all.
Because it's like 30 seconds, isn't it? It's not a big deal.
The entire thing, 30 seconds, and then that's it. It's out the window.
Now, before the maneuver, so I asked you to pull up. You pull up mad wide. You stop literally almost in the middle of the road, and then I ask you like, is this it? And luckily for you, I asked you that because you're like, no, I'm gonna correct it now. Then I realized, okay, cool. you know what you're gonna do now. But you have to notice it before I even give you that hint.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
So that's one thing, and then obviously you're allowed to correct it. That's what I didn't mind. But then as you're doing, you're like, oh, fine, I'm wide. I feel like you're saying you want to give up. Don't give up.
Oh no,
Correct it, and you could have gone in forward.
It's not a matter of whether I wanted to give it up, but yes.
No, but the examiner doesn't know because
of
you're just talking away. So I'm like, come on, Nick, like just fix it and you'll be alright. I can let you off if you fix it because it's only a minor for fixing it. But what you done, you're wide, you're just talking. Obviously, you're disappointed with yourself.
Yeah.
And you just kind of.
I noticed it as soon as I did it that
Because all you have to do is just come in now, isn't it? That's all you have to do. And you kind of came in a little bit and then you just stopped.
Yeah.
So it's disappointing, but it's all right. We'll learn from it. You don't want to fail on a maneuver because as I say, it's only 30 seconds. All right.
Yeah.
Any last few tips for any learners from your point of view as a learner driver, excuse me, about driving lessons? You got a lot to say, Nick. This guy should be a stand-up comedian. I have to make sure he shut up during the driving mock test.
Yeah, trying to shut me up is quite difficult. But I would probably say at least be open to be self-critical. I think that would probably be one of the most important things to do.
Okay.
At the beginning, I found it very difficult to take criticism because I'm sitting there thinking, well, no, I know what I'm doing.
We used to have mad arguments.
No. At the beginning, I was.
But polite. It was polite. It was never like.
How dare you? You know. But no. I think it's incredibly open to and always take on the advice because otherwise.
And something happened. You just suddenly switched up and changed.
Yeah.
I think we had one really bad lesson.
We had a really bad lesson, and then after that,
you realise.
But the point is, you don't let yourself get to the point where you're having a bad lesson, and then you have to, and then you realise
that your instructor's always right.
Yes.
You took a deep breath there. Good faith in me, yeah. Good faith.
All right. No.
Okay.
I think that's about it. I'm good. I don't have anything else.
That's cool, man. That's cool. Well done, anyway. Thank you for taking part, Nick.
Thank you very much.
If you're a student watching this video and thinking of doing your driving test, or just generally someone just watching it and want to know how someone drives, in regards to Nick, you can see he's a very competent driver. He has the ability to drive and he knows exactly what he's doing. But you can see when you know exactly what you're doing and I would say too confident at your ability, you let go of some of the rules that we have taught you. So for example, as a teacher, we have to ask and analyze, why does someone make a mistake? And obviously we can analyze that by watching how you drive, by asking you how you're thinking, or just generally from my experience as a teacher. So we've asked Nick, well, how come you're just moving across without checking your mirrors? What's going on? Why are you making such a basic fault when everything else is going really well? So the drive itself was extremely well. As a examiner, we would feel really comfortable with Nick's driving, but again, very disappointed by the silly mistakes or the simple mistakes that Nick has done. So like, why did he do it? We were asking him, and his point was, I kind of saw who was around me beforehand, so I knew no one's around, therefore I just moved across. And yes, when you get your own license and you're really experienced, this is how, unfortunately, how really experienced drivers, someone with a license drives. But you can see why it's not safe. Anything could change at any moment. Someone might pop out at any time, and then because you went by the assumption that no one's around, therefore you moved across without looking again at the point where you should be looking at the correct timing, and you've now caused a serious or dangerous situation to happen. So let me tell you, as a teacher, I actually see this quite often, and we have to remind our students, guys, calm yourself down, bring yourself back to the drawing board. You can't gain so much confidence, so much ability to drive, but then not apply the proper procedures that we have taught you, the safe procedures that we have taught you. And then we have to now drill it in again and be firm and make sure you guys, just bring yourself down slightly. Nothing wrong with confidence. I mean, we encourage confidence. We say, come on, guys, pick it up, do your thing, drive without me helping you out. We encourage this, but we also encourage safe driving. Don't forget to check your mirrors, indicate, or whatever the rules that we need to apply, we make sure you apply. So it's actually quite common mistake that Nick has done. Is very common when you get to a level of being a really good driver. And yeah, some mistakes in their driving, you can see sometimes Nick's forgotten to indicate, like at the moving off part. Sometimes that's why I marked it in white. Is advisory. The examiners are, checking it, but because no one's around, they don't actually have to give it as a fault. And then finally, the maneuver. Unfortunately, Nick failed on that. You don't really. The point why I'm saying don't want to fail on the maneuver is actually 30 seconds. The test itself is 40 minutes. Why would you want to fail on a 30-second exercise? So, remember the reference points. If you need to correct it, do correct it. But we gave him a second time to correct it, but then he was really wide again. Yes, they might give you one more chance to correct it, but because it was really wide, it's kind of like, yeah, you know what, it's not going to happen. I'm going to give it a serious 4 because he had enough room to correct it. And on top of that, yes, Nick kind of in the middle of it was giving it up himself, talking about it. Maybe the examiner, never yourself give up. Maybe the examiner might let you off. He could have come all the way in and corrected it, and he did try, but unfortunately he was a little bit wide. So we don't really want to fail on a maneuver. Hopefully guys, that was really useful for you watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Click the button for all the latest videos from your fully qualified driving instructor FM.